guys about. We haven't really discussed this thus far on this trip, but the pecan trees over here that are all dying, and like I said, Harvey, he had a tree expert come out and cut out some samples from the trees, and you can see where the tree is like, the inside of the tree is black, you know, some of the outer rings. If you count those rings in, there's about 25 or 30 rings that are black, and then the core of the tree looks normal. Well, it just so happens that that power plant down the street opened up exactly 25 or 30 years ago. Wow. And his trees started to die and get messed up. So do you guys know where I'm going with this now?
Yep.
Yep, the blue dogs. We think there's a connection between the blue dogs and that power plant back there, that it's some type of environmental catastrophe, or that there's some kind of pollution or toxins in the air here that's causing these animals to look that way. Coal burning power plants like that plant back there, they emit extremely high amounts of sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide is a mutagen, which means that, you know, certain chemicals can actually cause genetic defects in certain animals and life forms, and those genetic defects become embedded in the DNA of the animal, and they're passed on. You know, the traits are passed on, and it's pretty weird stuff. Do you guys remember a monster movie from the late 70s called Prophecy? Giant mutated bear. Have you ever seen that one? You should rent it sometime. It's a little cheesy, you know. It's the monster is like really bad animatronics, you know. It's this big giant bear puppet, but it walks on its hind legs, and it's lost all its hair, and it's all deformed, and it kills all these campers. So it's almost like a similar type of story to that, because they figure out at the end of the movie, they figure out that there's this lumber mill that's been dumping all this mercury into the water, and all the animals there start, you know, drinking the water and eating the fish, and they all become deformed and turn into monsters. This is almost turning into like a real life version of that. Lo and behold, these coal burning power plants in Texas, which are becoming a real issue. In fact, Obama just passed a thing about air cleanliness in the coal burning power plants. Lo and behold, there's a similar power plant down in Cuero, Texas, where, you know, Phyllis Canyon's animals were found. There's also coal burning power plants in some of the other areas where there have been a lot of reports of these animals. So it's all circumstantial, but, you know, that's what we could be dealing with here, some type of environmental catastrophe. So, pretty scary stuff, I think. And we have like mutant grasshoppers coming at us, and who knows what else.
Don't even want to think about how the cows are going to end up.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I was asking him about that, if any cows had been born deformed or anything like that. What he did say was that, you know, they've had some cows die of mysterious causes, basically. You know, some calves and things that seemed perfectly healthy at one moment, and then all of a sudden they just died. So, you know, what we know is that his pecan trees have been completely killed by that coal burning power plant down there. That's been proven, and there's like not a class action suit, but there's a lawsuit being filed right now against that company. And the blue dogs are, you know, apparently very prevalent right here on this property too. So that's kind of a big eye-opener to me. Yeah, mutation, right? I mean, it happens in nature all the time. It's not always a positive. People have a negative sort of connotation about mutation, but you know, in terms of evolution, mutation is considered a perfectly natural thing, because that's what causes certain animals to adapt and to be successful in different types of niches and environments. But, you know, it's a completely different thing when you're talking about man's impact on the environment and mutagens or chemicals that are causing animals to deviate or to mutate, you know, congenital defects and things. So, and I guess I should have told you guys before you came out here, because, you know, of course we're only going to be here for a couple of days, so I don't think there's any real risk here. But for the people that have lived here for years and years, You know, Harvey was even telling me yesterday that apparently this county has one of the highest cancer rates in the state. He found that out as well, so pretty scary stuff. I guess don't drink the water.